Welcome back to Fast Market here on the Schwab Network. It's time for cash tags. For that, let's bring in our next guest. That's going to be Landon Swan. He's the co-founder of LikeFolio. Welcome back to the show, Landon.
Hey, thanks, Tom. Great to be here.
All right, we're talking Meta platforms. The bar is pretty high on this one. It's pulled back about 6% from those all-time highs, maybe giving people that have missed this rally a chance. But, after Google's results last week, it kind of was reflective that digital ad spend, and that's how they make about 95% of their revenue, is still pretty solid at this point. And when you got 3.4 billion monthly active users on these platforms, it's probably a good sign for this stock.
Yeah, what a number. 3.4 billion.
Yeah.
That's insane. I mean, what companies dream of having half the world's population? So good for them. But yeah, I mean, this is obviously one of the leaders in the space, and it's really more about Instagram lately than it is Facebook. But they've done a great job of really leaning into AI. And, we know how Zuckerberg operates. He goes all in when he gets an idea. I think that you can probably make the case that the metaverse all-in didn't really work out, but you can't deny that he went all in. And now I think he's going all in with AI, and I think it's the right move. I think it's going to pay off big. But you talked about the stock, and you can see it here. I mean, it hit basically 740, 750 back in February. It hit it about a month ago. Since then, it's pulled back to around 700 or so. So yeah, we've got a 6-7% pullback. I think this is a pretty good opportunity for people that want to be long one of the best companies, and they're doing great things. So if you look at what they're doing with AI and advertising, they are basically, serving up or getting ready to serve up a death blow to ad agencies. I mean, they've created an extremely powerful system for setting up and managing your ads. And they're targeting by the end of next year, by the end of 2026, that these systems are going to be able to fully automate ad creation and targeting. So you're going to upload a product image, you're going to tell them what your budget is, and from there, AI is going to create images, video, copy, pick out your audience, do your bid strategy, do personalization across Facebook and Instagram. So they're making it a really easy way to get into advertising for small and medium businesses. And for large businesses, I think that they're going to find that you can hire somebody internally to run this and manage it and get rid of your ad agency. And so this is going to be, I think, really big for Meta overall. And we've seen a big shift when it comes to ad platform and ad and web visits going. It was weak before for Facebook, decent for Instagram. Now they're both growing. You can see Reddit at the top, they're crushing it, but that Facebook and Instagram line used to be negative, and now it's positive 17. So if you look at where these visits are going, this isn't visits of the website. These are visits to the ad manager site. So these are people interacting with their ads and using the ad platform on Meta. So obviously it's moving in the right direction, and we're bullish based on the fact that they're going all in, like I said, on AI. I like the pullback. At 750, I'd be kind of neutral on it, but at 700, I'm a little bit more bullish, just barely enough to make a bet. We've seen some companies report and kind of get not punished, but they didn't follow through even though they had decent reports. So it's not the best earnings season when it comes to just being able to beat and crush on numbers. But I think that they'll probably do well on this, especially given the pullback. And long term, this is a great one to own.
Landon, we talked about the guidance, or the CapEx guidance between 64 to 72. The whispers are it's going to be higher than 72, which is the high end of the range, which means they're going to raise it. Llama, the improvements they made to Llama are causing that $3.4 billion number of people to spend more time on the platform. I think you're right. I think the future is Instagram. It's growing faster. They've done a great job to monetize Instagram when a lot of people didn't think they could. I think Reality Labs is a key to this earnings season. Why? Because they spent $18 billion on it, and it brought in 1.2% of revenue. If that were to jump up, people would really think what they're doing is working. But their ability to use AI to target ads, what you were just talking about, Landon, that's This company may have the best use of AI of any of the other large cap. They all have different ones, but this one might be the best. And you're right, Landon. I think they are revolutionizing how digital advertising is spent, and I think that part of their business is only going to do well. But all this good news, is it enough, Landon, to take the stock higher? That's the question.
Right, that's the key. But you're right. I mean, if you look at what people have done, what customers have done with their Advantage Plus suite, and this is, the thing I mentioned earlier, what's coming, right? So that's at the end of next year. But right now, they've already got stuff where you can take images and it creates video. You can create branded video highlights. You can have AI chat to handle questions about your products. And advertisers that are using that, they're seeing a 22% increase in the return on ad spend already. So it's working. They've figured out a really good way to implement AI, and it's benefiting their customers. And they've got so many users, almost half the world, that you've got an unbelievable target to go after as a business. So as a customer of Meta advertising on there, yeah, if you can give me 22% better results, and you're saying that next year it's going to get even easier for me, and you're going to optimize it, I don't have to do anything really. I just have to run my business. You guys handle the advertising. I mean, that's a very, very strong pitch. So, again, I agree with you. They are one of the strongest uses of AI of the very large companies, and I like where they're at here. The question is, can they exceed expectations? I love the pullback. I think that helps the bullish case for entry here, but expectations are definitely high. If you pull up the chart, I mean, the stock is up there. It's not at all-time highs, but it's just a few points off, few percentage points off. So it's going to take a lot. But I think that long-term, it's a strong company. If I have to bet on this one, I'm betting to the bullish side on this report in particular.
Back near that 50-day moving average. Landon, they've got 3 of the 4 most popular social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Then they own the 6th most popular, Threads, and 8th most popular, Messenger. So I guess if you want to advertise in this type of environment with, as far as what people have their eyeballs on, then it's kind of makes sense if digital ad spend is remaining robust that they're going to go to Facebook. And the CapEx spend that Kevin kind of mentioned that they're going to ramp up is going to be an investment, not costs. Is that what they're kind of looking at and what you see?
Yeah, I mean, again, it goes back to going all in. They are spending like crazy, and they are building the best platform in the world. And once you have that, because they have so many users, if they can add on top of that the best advertising platform with AI, then it's an automatic win. I mean, any company trying to compete with that, they're going to try to create the best platform, but the best advertising platform, but then they don't have the users like Meta does. So Meta's got that advantage. If they can go ahead and build that, and they've got the resources to do it, and they're clearly willing to spend it, then no one can catch them. So, yeah, absolutely love their positioning here. But and again, let's take a look at this chart here. Instagram's the one, right? Instagram is beating Facebook and WhatsApp. They're the one that is leading this company forward. But you do have access to all of those people and by advertising through them. So between the advantage of having half the world on your platform and the resources and will to build the best AI advertising platform, it's going to be really tough for anyone to catch them. And why would you advertise anywhere else if it can make it this easy and this efficient and you get the return on your dollars? So the pitch to investors is pretty strong. We'll see what the results are, but I'd be pretty surprised if it was bad results. I wouldn't be surprised if it was pretty good results and a little bit of a negative reaction because the expectations are so high. But I think that's a chance I'm willing to take betting on this one.
Yep, I think if it does get a pullback post earnings, there might be some dip buyers out there in this one trying to take advantage of that. All right, great stuff as always, Landon. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that's Landon Swan, co-founder of LikeFolio. Kev, you heard him, pretty bullish on this one. Option market's pricing at about a plus or minus $41 move in the shares, $701. As I mentioned, to pull back 6% from those highs.